We all know NASA as the guys who send rockets into space, looking for aliens and exploring new planets. But what if I told you that wasn't always their goal? When NASA was first created in 1958, their original mission was to look down deep into the ocean. They started mapping the ocean floor, sending probes into the darkest depths. But then, in 1978, they just stopped completely. They turned their cameras to the sky and never looked back. The internet has a wild theory for this. NASA didn't go to space to explore. They went to space to escape what they found in the ocean. Did they find a kraken? A megalodon? Let's dive into the terrifying truth of why NASA actually abandoned the ocean. First, let's get one thing straight. Exploring the ocean is harder than exploring space. Yeah, you heard that right. In space, the pressure is zero. It's a vacuum. But at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, a place called the Challenger Deep, the pressure is over 1,000 times normal atmospheric pressure. That is the equivalent of having 50 jumbo jets stacked on your head. If a human stepped out of a submarine down there, they wouldn't just drown. Their lungs would instantly collapse, and their bones would splinter into dust in milliseconds. Water is ridiculously heavy. And the deeper you go, the more it wants to crush you like a soda can. Building a rocket to keep pressure in is relatively easy. Building a submarine to keep thousands of pounds of pressure out, that is an absolute engineering nightmare. But pressure wasn't the only reason. Back in the 60s, we had the Cold War. It was a massive flex-off between superpowers. Space was the ultimate high ground. Whoever controlled space controlled the future. You could put spy satellites in orbit. You could threaten your enemies from the stars. The ocean. Not as sexy for politicians to brag about. The government basically said, "Hey nerds, stop looking at fish. Build us a rocket so we can beat the Russians." Practically all the funding shifted to space exploration, leaving the ocean floor to remain a mystery. But what if it wasn't just about politics? In 1997, scientists recorded a sound in the deep Pacific Ocean. They called it the Bloop. It was an ultra-low-frequency underwater sound, and it was so incredibly loud that it was picked up by sensors over 3,000 miles apart. To make a sound that loud, whatever made it would have to be massively larger than a blue whale, the biggest animal to ever exist on Earth. Some scientists claim it was just an ice quake, but others aren't so sure. And that's not the only weird thing. Military pilots have repeatedly reported seeing USOs, unidentified submerged objects, glowing crafts that drop from the sky, hit the ocean at hundreds of miles per hour, and plunge into the depths without making a splash, as if the water just parts for them. Is it possible NASA knew something about these USOs? Here is the part that will keep you up at night. Today, we have mapped 100% of the surface of the Moon and Mars. We even have rovers driving around on other planets. But our own ocean, we have only explored about 5%. 95% of the ocean remains completely unseen by human eyes. It is a pitch-black abyss covering most of our planet. The sunlight literally stops penetrating the water after 1,000 meters. Below that is the midnight zone, a realm of eternal darkness, and the 5% we have seen is already full of nightmare fuel. We're talking about squids the size of school buses, fish with transparent heads, and creatures that literally glow in the dark like alien spaceships. If that's in the 5%, what on earth is hiding in the other 95%? Maybe the internet conspiracy theorists aren't entirely crazy. We spend billions of dollars looking for alien life on barren red rocks millions of miles away. But the truth is, the most alien environment in the solar system is right here, right beneath us. A completely different world, running by completely different rules. NASA might have stopped exploring the ocean because of money and politics. Or maybe, just maybe, they realized that some depths are better left alone. Because once you look deep enough into the abyss, you might not like what looks back. Subscribe if you don't want the kraken to